Hey guys, Alex Pruitt here, founder of Living Arizona, and I'm here with one of our veteran agents, Brett. This guy's been around for I think almost 10 years in the real estate game, sold hundreds of homes. He's a wealth of knowledge. So we got some fun stuff to talk about today. All right, so Brett, how long have you been in the real estate game?
Just about 10 years.
Long time. Long time. You started not in Arizona, right? Where did you start your career?
That is correct. Peoria, Illinois. Yeah, I
Okay,
had the Rookie of the Year for the most real estate that's ever sold in the Peoria market.
that's huge. How many did you sell, if I may ask?
Uh, 46 houses
In your first year?
in my first year.
That's insane. That is like rare in real estate. That's top level stuff right there.
I appreciate that. Now, I just need to duplicate it out here.
That's right. What got you into real estate? Why did you pick this career?
So when I got into real estate, I was actually first selling electrical packages, business to business. So I was actually selling to electrical contractors in new builds. And so as I was starting to develop these relationships with new builds, I really enjoyed the part when I would walk the clients through and they would pick out their automation, they would pick out where their plugs and stuff like that were. And I just saw that I naturally gravitated towards the ability to work with the people. And I already had the builders in my pocket. So I already had the listings, I already had the respect of these people, and then I had the really, I did well with the clients. So
Yeah, so made a natural transition. That makes sense. So Peoria, Illinois, out to Arizona. I'm excited to talk with you because you're kind of a unique individual in this game because you're young, but you're old in real estate. So you've seen things that I've seen, right? We've gone through these transitions, almost generational transitions in real estate. Like 10 years ago, it wasn't how it is today. It wasn't all about TikTok and Instagram. Like there was a lot of other things that we had to do and that we still have to do. So I think that leads me to one of my questions is it's kind of open-ended and you can take it wherever you want to go, but what makes a good real estate agent in a nutshell in Brett's world? Like what makes a good real estate agent?
what a great question. And I agree, it's much different than it was. And it's one of the things that I really respect about you is being able to kind of transition into more social media side of things. But if it's going to be for me, it is not chasing a paycheck, but having the ability to be aggressive enough to really defend your clients. And so for me, it really is having the integrity, but also having the aggressive side that I can, deliver exactly and protect my clients in that way.
Yeah, I think one thing that I see in you that makes you a good real estate agent is you have a backbone and you're proud to say what you do. You don't shy away from being in sales. You are a salesperson. You're good at selling homes. I think sometimes in today's era of real estate agents, people are kind of afraid to say, "Oh, I'm a salesperson," or "No, it's all about just finding the right home." Like, no, I'm really good at what I do. You're very direct. Like, I'm the best. I'm going to sell your home, and here's why. Now, obviously, you don't put commissions over their purpose. You make it very clear that you're there to help them, and I think that's one of my favorite things is you do connect with people on a deep level. You do make it very clear that you're there to help them as a person. You really care about them, and I don't think any of your clients would see that. It's all about the commission. They know, like, Brett's my guy, but also I think people respect you because you have a backbone, and whether you're right or wrong, you stand up for what you believe, and you're like, this is the way I sell houses. This is the way it should be. And I think not enough people are direct in their approach. They're afraid to say, this is how we're going to price the home. This is how we're going to find the home. They let the clients dictate how the real estate transaction goes. For me, the thing that makes a great real estate agent is you are the agent. People go into somebody's houses and they let the consumer pick the price. They show homes and they let the consumer tell them how they want to write the offer. That doesn't fly with you.
It doesn't, and you really hit the nail on the head. We are the professional. We are being paid accordingly to that. I earn every dollar that I'm worth because I fight for my clients' money like it's my money. And that's how my money magically shows up in my bank account every month. And so when I actually care, I find a reason to care. I figure out exactly what it is that makes these people that they're starting their transaction for. I find a reason to care. Then I fight for it like it's my daughter, like it's my grandma. And so being able to really put the passion into it and knowing that when I do that, it is the magic formula for how I make money, that's where I really spin my emphasis, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you have passion with a personal touch. Like they can tell, like, oh, this guy's the real deal. He's not messing around, but he cares about me. He's got a daughter. He's a human being. He cares about me on a deeper human level too.
And I think that really is what differentiates me, is because when people really get to know me, when they have a chance to talk to me outside of even just exactly what I'm going to do for them, you can see it, you can feel it, and it is definitely where my past clients and why people love me.
Yeah. If you were to give a brand new agent advice, if they had to start all over right now, knowing what you know now, knowing where we're probably headed, where would you go? Where would you take them?
I would say, first off would be following a schedule. I think that unfortunately there's so many facets and so many different ways in this industry to, make money or to, start, that people get really caught up in the weeds, if you will, the business cards, the this, the that. I think that really it becomes training based, grow your skill level, and then getting out of your comfort zone. Because I think where I've seen over a decade in being in the business is people really run out of runway before they take off. And why is because they want everything perfect. I think Gary Keller had mentioned that success is the killer of, perfection is the killer of success. Yeah. And I really truly believe that in my own industry and in my own business, because I see people focus and laser focus, and they have to have everything perfect, when really what they need to do is grow their skill set and pick up the phone. Let people know that you're a real estate agent. Social media side on mine, I've always, it's just never been a thing for me. I've never been like the big scroller. I've never been on social media much, but I see the value of educating people that are not even looking yet. I mean, they're looking, I watch your videos as a 10-year vet, and I learn stuff from your videos, and I'm sure you do mine. And so with that, I think that, again, training, and then having somebody that's going to kind of kick you in the butt to say, get out there and do it.
Yeah, I like that. Action. You just got to stay in motion. If I were to give somebody brand new advice as an agent that's brand new, is just stay in motion. Yeah, don't get paralyzed. Like, there's so much stuff out there. Like, oh, do I go to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? Do I have to do this, this, and this? It's like, you want everything to be perfect. There is nothing perfect about real estate. It ain't ever going to be perfect. It's always going to be changing. But if you just stay in motion, you're always in motion, meaning every day you wake up and you follow a schedule, like you said. You make your calls, you send out your thank you cards, you do your social media posts, you do your open houses. If you just stay in motion, deals are going to fall in your lap.
Let me tell you what's special about here. And it is that we don't just focus on all the sides of the business, but we do focus on the personal, the be, do, have. Yeah. Right? The who we are is really what's special. When I'm helping, you and leading this team, it is building the human beings and getting them out of their own way. The skills are easy to get, and we can teach that to anybody. You got to have the heart, and then you have to have the willingness to get out of your own way. And how you do that is the self-love, is the spiritual side of yourself, is, all of everything else that makes your life where it needs to be. And then the money just comes.
Yeah, the personal growth. Just like you, I've been around a while. I've been on teams. I have never been part of a team like ours where we do breath work, where we talk about learning about taxes, where we talk about investing. We just talk about personal growth, like how to be a better human being. Forget all the other real estate stuff. Anybody can teach you that, but it's really cool. I've never had that before, and it's cool to see all of these people slowly grow into better human beings. It's like they're growing up right in front of your eyes. It's really powerful. That's the cool thing about our team, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, literally makes my heart thump sometimes. I'll hear, some of the, younger ladies that are on the team that are just really busting through, what ladies go through, what guys go through, the insecurities there. And so again, growing the person to become who you need to be. And then the skills, again, that's easy. That's the easy part. Money compounds problems. And so you really fix who you are, and you really have some support around you that's able to lead you into that next you. The rest is a gravy train.
So another great question from a veteran is, what's the most important quality that you think an agent have? If you have to pick one quality, what do you think it'd be?
For me personally, it's integrity.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, in aggressive sales environments, really people will do whatever it takes. And I don't care if you pay me $400,000. I'm not going to jeopardize anything to do with my beliefs. I'm not going to jeopardize anything to do with your financial situation. There is no amount of money that you could pay me to take anything from anybody.
Yeah, I think integrity really is what it comes down to, because there are so many crazy things that people don't know going in real estate behind the scenes with lack of integrity. But I think people might give service level answers like grit, consistency, commitment, but at the core, where does all that come from? It comes from integrity, because if you are an integrous person, you will be gritty. You will, because you won't give up on your clients. Like, if you have integrity, you won't be a problem working hard. You will do the right things if you have integrity at the core. I love that answer. Then it leads to all the other surface level answers that are floating around there. That's the core one.
Yep, I'm not a surface level guy. If you want to ask me a question, we're going deep.
Well, let's go deep then. What makes you better? What makes you unique? What makes you Brett? Why would somebody choose to work with you? What makes you a great agent in today's market?
So touched on it a little bit, but it's going to come back to you never get my level of assertiveness. I don't even want to say aggressive. I want to say assertive. You don't get to my level of being assertive generally and not have some fight for just your paycheck. And money does not motivate me. It doesn't. What I can do with it does. I want to help 10 babies somewhere. Like I really do, like genuinely. Like I want to take my daughter and show her the world. I want to, help other people that have been through, I've been through some really, really lows in my life. I've been through some serious traumatic situations and bounced back from it. And my daughter's got to see that and the level of respect that she's got from me. But again, jumping it back to business, it is equal parts of integrity and assertiveness. You're not going to find it like me.
No, the assertiveness for me is what stands out. If somebody was like, why would you hire Brett? Dude, the guy's assertive. This guy's he's gonna out negotiate the competition, and he's gonna tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. He's not gonna beat around the bush in a good way. Too many agents, like we talked about before, somewhere along the way, they become the buyer and they become the seller. Here's what I mean is when you don't have an assertive Brett, you go out and show homes and you show your clients the property, and then the realtor says, well, do you like it? Here's what I would offer. And then the client says, no, here's what I want to offer. And the agent just rolls over. And they now become the buyer. They let their buyer become the real estate agent. Same with sellers. They decide where to price their home. So they let the seller become the real estate agent instead of vice versa. So assertiveness is why I would hire you. I'm like, I know if I price my home the way Brett tells me, it's going to sell. I know if I structure my offer the way Brett tells me, I'm probably going to win because he has the confidence to tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. And that is huge.
Absolutely. And in addition to it, it's also being able to, how I can read and how I can relate with people, being able to explain to them the backside of it. It's one thing to say, this is what you need to do, and then have just blind trust. There's another thing to come through and say, okay, when we list too high, and an agent comes in too low, they even come in and just hit their wife on the shoulder and say, baby, I bet we can get a good deal on this one because it's been on the market for 30 days. And then they hit the not interested button in the app. These people there's nothing I can do. When you list a property at the correct price, I can create demand. I get them up. I would rather turn 10 people away than, sit around my thumb waiting for, somebody to make me a maybe offer.
Yeah, I'd rather have attention on the property than just be sitting around.
But it's going deeper with the client and being, people that are, especially out here. Sometimes we're selling, $3, $4, $5 million homes. And these people are highly intelligent. I'm not just going to tell them they're a high D personality too. I need to tell them exactly why what I have to say makes sense. And if you don't trust it, you better hire the next guy and call me when it expires.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, being that you're a veteran, this is a question I think that maybe a lot of new people want to know, because I think this can go back and forth with people. Why would a veteran agent join a team when you could just be a lone wolf and go out there and do your thing and go sell houses? Why would you join a team like Living Arizona? Like, why would you join a team? Why not just go out there and do your thing?
Yeah, great question. And I'm very clear on this, and it is environment. You are your environment. I don't know how many people have to say it before we start realizing it's true, but it's the facts. And so how I make money, how I stay consistent is in my calls, right? Who wants to sit in a call by themselves all the time?
I don't. I definitely don't. Yeah.
Be in the office and hear you making a call. I have to hear somebody else closing an appointment. I hear that. Second, all the different facets. So for you, where I really have a lot of growth opportunity right here being in the business for so long is the social media side. You are pushing it down my throat and I thank you for it. My grandkids are gonna thank you for it when they have an inheritance, because that is something that's gonna last. That is something that I'm gonna cherish when I get older. And I'm like, look at that little aggressive guy. And it's the core of where I really think adds value at this point. I mean, I really think getting new clients, that's going to be one of the biggest things. So it's environment on calls, it's environment on social media, but then everything else that we collaborate together. It's not just you teaching. Everybody can come in here and have their 5 minutes of fame and teach somebody something on the team that nobody else has done. We have so many people with so much experience and so many different levels that it is absolutely amazing. And it feels like home, but it gives me the motivation to get in here and keep working.
I love that. It feels like home too, and it feels like, I like to say, a lighthouse. It feels like it's just this lighthouse you come to, but you got to give to it too. You got to pour a little bit of light into it, but then you're going to get something out. Like, we have agents on our team, like Zach and Lori, people have been in the business over 20 years that are learning, and you kind of answered a lot of it. But another question I guess I would ask is, how has joining Living Arizona and our team helped your career? How has it changed or affected your career? Again, you're a 10-year veteran, you joined the team. What has it been like since then?
So I would say the biggest thing that I get from the team, I definitely get the culture and the love. And that's so important to me, like that sense of belong. I'm a millennial. Like, feeling like I belong, very important to Brett Williams. Yeah. And then second, really like leadership side. You see something in me and I see something in you. One of the most attractive things about you, Alex, is how you chase your potential. Very attractive. I love that about you. I love that about a leader. I love that about, the leader that I'm becoming. And you put it back to me on the leadership side. And, I've actually found, as much as I wasn't looking for that as I go into leadership, people keep coming to me with their deals. Just because they respect me and I didn't ask for anything. I didn't come over to them and be like, 10% from that nugget. Like, I just care. And now all of a sudden people just call me up every day and they're like, hey, you want to co-list this property? And so it's just incredible that when you pour into people without expecting something back, the magnitude that comes back.
It comes right back. So being on the team has helped you get involved in more deals and grow, and maybe find your purpose. Because I do think you're meant to be a leader. I definitely think you're meant to be more than just a lister, the guy that goes out and makes calls FSBOs, lists them, makes his money. People are attracted to you for a reason, and your growth potential, I see, as the next good, strong leader of our team.
Yeah, and it's definitely how I feel coming into it. I like to help people. It's what I love about real estate, and it's also what I love about growing the personal people on the team. And I think that especially in the real organization, there's so much of that I want to be doing it on stages.
That's why I came to Real too. I knew, I'm sure you would have done the same thing if you were in my shoes. You got all these people, you got agents that are following you. They don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I'm interviewing different brokers. I talked to almost every broker in the valley, all the different brokerages, did a darn near research project. I'm like, where can I bring my people the most value? What community can I plug my people in that gives them the most, the best collaboration community tools? How can I give them the most value and not just be selfish? Like, not pick a brokerage on me, pick a brokerage for them. And I'm happy after a year at Real. I'm super stoked. I think everybody kind of feels the same.
I love it. I really do. And again, it's more just the collaborative feel of people care and people pour in everything that they have into you and don't expect anything back. And you just don't find it. You just don't. Yeah. And even on like your side, I mean, when you get to your level, generally, I've worked with a lot of high level, teams, if you will, and the leaders, get to a point where they're disassociated. They come in to hammer you for a 30-minute meeting and then they're gone. And we have personal conversations and growth sessions and one-on-ones and, a lot of things that I don't see in a lot of
I've experienced the same thing. That's one of the things that frustrates me. I've seen it. I've been in it, and it's made me sad at times too, because I've had connections with a leader, and then at some point they just pivot away to where they're just so far away from the team that they're just almost too good for the team. You see them for 30 minutes a week and that's out. You don't get to talk to them on the phone. You don't really seem connected to them anymore. I don't know where that happens or why it happens, but I've made it my mission to never let that happen. I'm like, I will sell homes as long as I have to so I stay plugged in, because I swear I've seen the exact same thing. And it's not just frustrating, it can be sad too, where you're like, dude, I loved this team. It was cool, but then what happened to the culture? Where'd my team leader go?
Thank you.
I haven't called him. I've called him 3 times. He hasn't called me back. He hasn't been in the office in 3 weeks. I don't even know, he's not there for me anymore, and I like him, but he seems above me, not next to me. I never wanted to be a team leader that feels like a dictator that's telling you guys what to do. It's like, no, you're my partner. You're my selling partner.
I
might be a
appreciate
leader,
that.
but you're my selling partner.
Sure. Yeah, and your energy. I want you here. I like being around you. It is part of the culture, every single one of us. Anybody, I mean, we have team members that, we're doing 30 and 30 right now. And we'll have team members that have been gone for doing, so many open houses in a week. And I'm like, where you at? Yeah. Daniel, I miss you.
I know.
Where you been?
It's kind of crazy when the office is empty, but at least we're all working and we're doing 30 for 30.
Yeah.
I agree. So, in your opinion, what makes a good leader in the real estate space?
I think that's a really great question. I would say, first off, having the credentials, having done it, being currently present in it. So still doing it. There's a lot of agents that are team owners that have been out from the business for have teams but have been out of production for 3, 4, 5 years. They don't understand what it takes to pull business off TikTok. Yeah. It's just they're not doing it. And so to have you physically in the trenches with me really means a lot to me. And then second, that more than just business. I am not a surface level guy. You come in here and all you ever talk to me about is business, and no, sir. You come in here and you ask me how my daughter is. You ask me what I'm going through and what I need to grow through, and that makes a leader that I can actually stand behind.
So what do you think? Is being a realtor, is it a passion or a purpose?
That's a
weird question.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, that goes pretty deep. A passion or a purpose. I don't find my identity in being a real estate agent. So I don't know that I would ever be able to associate the word purpose with real estate. There's a lot of passion behind it. My passion is helping people. My passion is I'm a protector by nature. Come at my clients and you're going to meet me.
Yeah. I like that answer because I don't think it could ever be a purpose. I think the purpose is who you are. Because if it's your purpose, what happens when you take real estate away? Then who are you? Then if they can't describe anything about you other than real estate, then it's not a good thing. So I agree. I think it's passion for me too. It's not my purpose. My purpose is far above and beyond just the definition of a licensed real estate agent. It's a lot different than that.
You said it the other day best, and that is real estate is a vessel. And it's a vessel that can really open a lot of different doors. But it is certainly not, my purpose in life. My little girl that smiles when she wakes up is my purpose.
I love that. All right, my man. Thank you, Brett, for being here. It was awesome. Really awesome. I mean, I just love you. I love having you part of the team. And it was nice to get some actual words of wisdom from you. And I think a lot of agents can benefit from that. There's people here who might see this who are 1 year, 2 year, 10 year in the game. And it's nice to see somebody real who is, like we talk about, in the trenches, selling homes, and who's been in the game. So we appreciate your words of wisdom and appreciate you being part of us.
Thanks, boss.
Sure.